All right, so after going to desmos.com, we're able to go to the teacher part of that. If you go click here, it will take you to the activities. Whenever you are assigning an activity for students, they can also just go here and type in their code. All right, so if I click here on browse activities, because I'm logged in, I'm able to see the ones that I've created. If you click right here on feature collections, you will see the other ones that people have done. And apparently these ones are by Desmos. So they usually have more capabilities than us. Theirs look very elaborate. And you can look at them by the topic or by the level. If you go right here to dashboard history, these are the ones that I've actually played myself for teachers and students. I don't have classes, so that would be empty. Custom activities are the ones that I have created. So for example, I have this one called properties of logs that I created. It's a simple review. I can create a single session code for this, or you can assign it to your classes, but I don't have any classes right now. So I'll create a single session code. It will be available for 48 hours. Create the code. This is what I've been doing to invite you, kind of like the marble slides. It takes you here. And these are some of the activities that you might be able to see. So if you could join, that'd be great. All right, the code will be on the top left-hand side. This one right here, the first slide is actually something that I use for when I have group activities. Each role is going to do certain things. That way, they're able to work together and they have a task to keep everyone accountable and able to participate, etc. So we're going to focus more on the other ones. So I'm going to move you over to the other ones. So on this, on this ones right here, you have a matching activity. So you're able to match the different properties of log to the name of them. So you could just match them like that. If you drag one to the other, they group together. You can group as many as you want, and you can drag them out to unmatch them. If you think you have them done, let's say you think this is it, you can close this so that you have more space for the other ones. As a teacher, I would be able to see who's sorting them and what the groups look like. I didn't put a solution for this one, but if you put a solution, they would turn into a different color if they are done correctly. So they would turn, if I remember correctly, blue if they're done correctly, and a different color if they're incorrect. You can look at the summary of the ones that people have encountered and are tracking. The teacher, you would see it. So somewhat of an overview. The ones that people are grouping together, etc. And of course, you can always practice it as a student. That's the one I was doing earlier. But if you click out of this, it resets it for you. All right, any questions so far? The activity that you're currently working on or seeing on the screen, it's called card sort, but you have other types of activities that you can play with. All right, I'm going to move on to the next one to give you some time to work on creating an activity of your own. So if you already have an idea of what the topic is going to be for your lesson, you can just type it in right here, and it will give you functions that have already been created. So if you put in quadratics, it automatically fills out the different type of quadratic functions that are available for you. I'm going to use one that has nothing to do with math to demonstrate an activity that you can do with the student. So there's this one with food. So this is known as a polygraph. It's similar to the Guess Who game. So looks like it's right there. I'm going to create a single session code. I'm going to invite people. Let me pause this one. And then you will be able to play with the students on this one. The only thing is they can only play with students that have the same code. So if you have a smaller class, the students would be matched against each other over and over again. This works more with a class of 25 plus students. It works even better if it's an even number, since they have to be matched against one-on-one. So if you could join this one, and yes, we're going quick. All right, so on this one, as you join, you would be able to play with someone, similar to the Guess Who game, to determine. So one person will pick one of the food items, and then the other person will try to guess which item was picked based on only using yes/no questions. So the only thing that you can answer is yes, no, and I don't know. You want to be as specific as possible. At the beginning, students think that if they are vague and the other person doesn't guess it, they win, but it's actually you win together or you lose together. So you want to be as specific as possible. And then right here, it tells you like who is playing together, who the picker is. So Cassandra is the picker, Jason is the guesser. Unfortunately, I am unable to show you how it looks on the students, and I can just see who's doing what and the questions that had been asked right here. By the way, the order in which the questions are presented is not the same as the person that is playing with you. So you can say, oh, the one on the top right hand side, because theirs would be different than yours. If you're not matched with anyone, I actually joined. This is what your screen would look like. And you can see what other people are asking. All right, so now that someone finished the game, I was matched with one of the people that were free. So let's say I select this one right here. Of course, you wouldn't be able to see their screen, but they're asking. It tells me who I'm with. You can always anonymize this so that people don't know who they're playing against. And you can see which ones were eliminated by the partner. It's not as easy when you can't see the other person's screen, though. Oh, wait, no, I messed up, so that means we lost.
Question?
Yes.
Could you have pre-selected questions?
Not that I know of.
You have to type it in.
Well, yeah, because it does, like, you're going to have different pictures, right? So it wouldn't you wouldn't be able to do that for every single one. I don't know if that's an option. At the beginning, what I do notice is that students, the questions that they use, especially if they're using math, are not that great. And then you can start giving them tips. For example, once they start playing this one, I can project this. And now they know the categories, like they can say burgers or sandwich, pasta, Thai, Mexican food. They can also start asking like vegan, meat, vegetarian. They can start asking how you eat it with. Some people start saying like, oh, is the plate that you're using white or black or orange or blue? And then they start eliminating by that. So different students start using different things. And you don't have to use this with food, of course. You can put with people if you're using with type of clothes. If you have a language class and you're trying to get them to practice colors and different types of clothing. And I use these ones quite a bit for the math ones. So it's not only necessarily for math, even though the graphing is.
I was trying to see if there was like a simplified way for my SPED students so they wouldn't have to type so long. Like, if they had, like, you know, is it fried food? Like, you know, 3 options, and they click from 3 options and they would just say yes or no. But otherwise you have to type everything in, right?
Yes, well, one way, yes, you have to type it all in. One way around it is you could give them a card, maybe like a note card with the type of questions that you might want them to ask. So for example, if you want question 1 to be fried food, that's question number 1. So they type in number 1 with the question mark. That could be it. You know, like you categorize it based on what you give them on the note card.
That's not a bad idea.
But yeah, sometimes you can see that they don't They don't know how to spell sometimes. All right, so see, like on this one, we figured out in 5 questions. We got it correct. All right, so now it's going to be time for you to get your own activity. How do you do that? You are going to go to teacher.desmos.com. Let me close some of the other ones so that it loads faster. Sorry, I'm going to pause this one. Leave. So once you are here, you are able to go to custom activities. And then on the top right-hand side, you can create a new activity. So custom activities right here on the left side, which shows the ones that I've already created. And you can create a new activity. All right, is everyone there? Once you create a new activity, it asks you to give it a title. I just gave it the title temp so that I know which one to erase later on. And you can choose from different things that are available to you. I'm only showing you the basics. You can always start programming by doing this, and this would get you a lot more things, but it does take more time. So for now, this is like the intro, intermediate. We're going to start with the basics. So depending on what you want to give, you can click. I clicked on note. You can leave them a message. You can add a title for the slide. So let's say introduction, and then write the equation for a line with slope of 3 and y-intercept of 2. So those are the instructions, and then you give them the answer box right here. You can ask them to explain their answer. You can show the responses to the whole class or keep it private, up to you. And then if you click on preview, it would show you what it looks like for the student. So in this one, you're just giving them the instructions and they have to type it in. If you require an exponent, you can click here and it opens the keyboard. It gives them more options like fractions, exponents. They can start typing in letters. They can put in functions, etc. Or if it's a simple problem, they can just type it in y equals 3x plus 2. And then they hit submit. They can, of course, edit their response. And if you click right here, it takes you back to the one that you are doing. You can create a new slide by clicking on this plus sign right here. And you can add from everything that's here. You can add multiple choice, but you don't want to add too many because otherwise it becomes, the pictures get too small. So here I'm creating a new slide. You can have a sketch where students you can always preview to see what it does. Students are able to draw. You can put a background here, like a coordinate plane, and then you ask them to graph a certain line, and then they would be able to graph the line. If you want to go to the more advanced ones, you can add a graphing calculator, and then they will be able to do the thing here. You can add the ones that I used. The marble slides have been available for a while. You would create your own. You can add the card sort. This is the one that I did earlier. And once you're in the card sort, you can add different type of cards. You can math or text. So you just type in your equation. Then you can add an image right here. Just drag an image in there, and you would be able to have them match it. Or you can add a graph yourself. So let's say you have y equals 3x plus 2. Done. It provides the graph for you. So when you're previewing it, here's the graph, here's the equation. You can match them. And right here, this is what I was talking about earlier. You can add the answer key. So you join them together. So now when the students join it on your screen, it would switch to a different color. You don't have to do this. I didn't do it for the one I showed you. You can add up to, I think, 4, depending on what you're trying to do. Sometimes 4 is too much. Sometimes 3 is good enough. Like a coordinate plane takes a big chunk, so you don't want to add too many with that. And you can also add a polygraph right here, just like the one with the food that you were working on. All right, you have the rest of the time to work on your own activity. I will be here. Let me know if you have any questions. And thanks for dropping by.
You had a question on the one I'm creating?
Yes, sir.
So I put a picture of we're doing plants and animal identification. And so I put a picture of a crow, and then I added 3 buttons. One says crow, one says dog, one says tree. So when you preview it, it has a picture of the crow, then it has the 3 buttons, but the 3 buttons don't do anything.
Which type of activity did you select?
I just selected create one, and then it was just a blank screen like this. So I just chose media. I put media, and then I just dragged a picture of a crow onto it, and then we had a crow, and then I added 2 buttons. So you could drag any picture in there, and then I just added the 3 buttons. But they don't do anything. You can click each button, but they don't do anything. I was wondering how you can make like the correct answer.
You can add the multiple choice button.
Oh, okay, multiple choice. Huh?
Or the check boxes if you want to put like crow and raven, or things like that. This one right here, where you upload the photo, is just for you to give them something to look at, but you would need to add something else so that they can match and do other things. And this geometry one actually joins with GeoGebra. So if you're familiar with GeoGebra, you can include those things. And you can delete components by selecting right here the 3 dots.
Quick question. So I went to the home screen and I don't know how to get back. How do I go back to that page where the work is going?
Did you go to Desmos.com?
Yes. Well, I'm in the teacher Desmos, but I don't know how to get to that one where we're creating everything. I'm on the home page, but nothing I push looks like your screen.
All right. So you are in this screen, right?
Yes.
You go to custom activities right here on the left.
Okay.
And it will take you to the activities that you are currently working on. Mine is called temp. So I just click there and it takes me to it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Hey, Servando.
Yes, sir.
So I really like, I don't want to create anything, okay, because I'm really lazy. But I really like how you can go and look at other teachers' most popular activities, copy it, and then edit it and make it my own. How would you share something like that with other teachers in your group at your school site? Is there an easy way to do that, or you just have to put links in a folder, a shared folder or something?
Well, let's say I want to share this one with you. I would go here.
Oh, share activity.
Share activity. And you can just give them the link.
Yeah, I'd have to put it. I'd have to create a folder and put all those links in a folder. Say Math 2, and then put all the Desmos activities in a folder so other teachers can find it.
Yes, that'd be one way to do it.
Yeah. Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, creating new activities, especially if you go with the coding, takes a long time. I haven't ventured a lot into it. That would be like a more advanced. So you would click right here, and you can make sure to add code so that the slides are connected. But again, that takes it's an investment, a time investment for you to do that.
It's good. It's worth the price. Free.
The one disadvantage that I notice on Desmos is it's one student at a time. So you can't have multiple students working on the same thing. Like they could work on the same activity, but on their own activity, their own copy, not all of them in one, unfortunately. And once you are ready to publish, that means like start using it. Instead of clicking preview on the top right hand side, you would click publish, and now it would be available for you to use. Oh, you got me there. I don't know that plant.
The honeysuckle. It's supposed to have check marks when you get it right. So is that it? Like how do I thought they were supposed to see like how do they do?
When you created it, did you check like show students responses?
Oh, I probably didn't.
Like, you see right here, show students what the responses are. So all their students would be able to see what their classmates are typing in.
Where was that?
If you check this one right here, whatever students submit, other students will be able to see what their classmates submitted. So it's up to you if you want to have that. Sometimes I have it so that people see like, oh, okay, wait, that person put it like in vertex form, or that this person put it in standard form, like that. But it could backfire too. They can just start cheating off each other. Up to you know. Looks good so far.
Next. Can you show me again where to show the progress or show the answer?
All right, so I need to open one that I already have. All right, so I'm going to go with one that I already used. So if you are here on the dashboard, I used this a while ago. Okay, the code is inactive. Okay, so this one right here shows that these two people were working on the activity, which was like a polygraph, and it tells you what they were doing. This was just a test run when I wanted the students to. I wanted to see how it looked like. So if you go right here in summary, it tells you who was doing it and who was not doing it. If you notice, there's 3 people here, so only 2 could have joined because the third person doesn't have a partner yet.
No, I mean, so they can see the results. Like this is like when they click on it, it should be like a little check mark that says yes or X or a check mark.
Oh, like correct, incorrect?
Yes. Like when they click it, if it's wrong, it'll have an X, and if they click the right one, it's.
You actually have to type in some code in here.
Oh.
Yeah.
When I was doing the preview, it gave me the option of doing the. There's like a little check when you push preview. There's a check mark and an X mark. I was trying to keep that on there. Show correctness is what it says.
Oh, let me join again.
Well, that's on my preview screen. I don't think it'll be.
Yeah, mine is just blank.
But then I guess we'll just go over it at the end, I guess. But I thought when you click it, it would be like green, you know. Well, that's more coding.
It would be nice if we could do that very, very quick. Yeah.
Because this is just identification. It's not going to be, you know, so much as, you know, solving an equation or anything.
Mm-hmm. Let me look at one that I have that I coded. I don't usually do the coding to show them that. Give me a second. Let's see if I can find the one that I did for it.
When it said edit the computation layer, it says there's a correct one. It says set the Boolean value to determine gray check marks is displayed.
So I guess 1 for correct, 0 for incorrect?
I don't know how to code.
Boolean is 1 and 0. So 1, I would think is correct, 0 is incorrect.
So you just put like a 1 semicolon correct? I don't know. Don't worry about it. I'll just do it like this.
So this is one where I have code. Like I have this right here. If I want to preview it, I'm going to move the slider up. So the parent function is the one dashed, and I move the other one to change the value of k. And then when I do that, on the next slide, the graphs appear. So this right here, this slide is linked to the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were to move that back to 0, and I move to the next one, now they're overlapping.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to accomplish that, I had to first get the information from this slide. Click here. So do you notice how it's green?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have some code to let me know that I need to go to graph 1, which was in the previous slide,
Mm-hmm.
and then make sure that they're linked.
Okay.
So things like that. I haven't played around with the coding lately. I've been sticking to the basic intermediate assignment. With this one, though, the card sort, you are actually able to add the answer key right here. Like, for example, I add this one. These are the correct ones. These ones are singletons. So when I preview, and if you're the teacher, you would be able to see that whenever they do this, they change into a different color. And you can show correctness here. Like, see? So the students can actually check if you allow this.
So how do you get that show correctness button on there?
This is for a
for that matching one.
for the card sort, yeah. So it's already there.
Oh, okay.
Like right there. So right now, the only thing that works correctly is this one because it's a singleton. And then as soon as I join this two, they're correct. But if I split them up, not correct anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, where are you getting the type math?
When you, oops, sorry, let me go back. Here it is. When you check multiple choice and then you throw in your 3 options, when you click on where you're going to type in your answer, to the right, there's a symbol that says type math. It's green. So, yeah, see right there on the far right of that line, go all the way across. Move your cursor all the way to the right. Right there. It says type.
Wait, I was muted. Sorry. That means you are actually able to type in math formulas. So if you look right here at the first option,
Okay.
I typed in y equals x squared. But if you actually type in here, do you see how this box popped up here? You're able to type in y equals x squared.
Mm-hmm.
So notice the difference. This is just characters, and this is like typing in a formula.
Got it.
But this one looks more mathematical.
Okay, because I found a way to, when you click on that, the 2 carets going left and right above that green symbol.
Yes.
You can go in there and see where it says correctness.
Mm-hmm.
I chose documentation when you click the documentation button.
Mm-hmm.
And if you scroll down, it shows you correctness. There, that one. And so I copied that. I put correct. I did that whole thing, but instead of doing, because their example is if you choose the first and fourth, I just did it to where the first. So I copied and pasted that exact thing, but I just put, 1. So see where it says correct. This is selected, and I put 1, and then I put and not 2 and not 3.
Right. So kind of like this right here.
The very first part, yeah. So I put this is correct, and I kept the 1, and then instead of and this, I put I put and not, and I put selection 3, and I put selection 2 and selection 3. But it says there's a syntax error. So for me, it would just be the first selection, which was crow, because there's 3 options. I put 3 options, and so I didn't assign a number to any of those options. But in theirs, it had letters. So there was no number I saw that was associated with it.
It might be just the first checkbox. So you click here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
so it said first and fourth. So the answer, it shows correct on the screen if you chose the first and the fourth selection. So that would be C and F.
okay.
So that
first and fourth would be correct.
But then it doesn't say.
Here, 1 means the first option. 4 means the
right. So I just
option.
But when you go back to that demo,
mm-hmm.
where does it say that it's correct?
Oh, this is just a demo. So if you click right here at the top where it says show correctness,
mm-hmm.
Do you see how it's marked as correct?
Yeah, I have that same thing, but when you did it, it didn't show that it was correct. And I thought by punching in that code, it would tell the student that it was correct, show correctness. Like that shows us for us when we do the preview, but when you did mine, it didn't show that.
Oh, and you had that available?
I have that button available when I do the preview.
But now that you put in, so now you already put in the code?
Was it? I don't know if it was available when you did it.
It was not available, but you didn't have the code before, did you? You didn't have this available?
I didn't put that in when you tried it. When you tried it, I didn't have that.
Let me try it again.
But it's incorrect. There's an error, so I haven't, like, it's not correct.
Oh, so on this one, they're also saying that 3 and...
Right. So mine's more simple. It just says 1, and then where's
not 2 and not 3?
Yeah, I have that. I have and not 2 and not 3.
Well, the only thing is this one right here is a checkbox, right? Multiple select.
Oh, not multiple choice.
Not multiple choice.
That's why. Okay, so I got to switch it to checkbox, I guess. Okay, that probably will fix it if I do a checkbox instead of multiple choice. Because that's what I had. So I'll try to change it back to a checkbox instead of that.
All right, we are about to finish. Here's the eval link. If you guys could click on the eval and write down what you thought of this workshop, that'd be great. I'm going to end the recording at this point.